EDLS 710 candidates, Dr. Palermo with your week 2 instructional video. Briefly commenting on your readings this week, one discussion board post that asks you to respond to PD or staff development at your place. After hearing some of your responses to reflections about Chapter 1 and Learning for Leadership, I suspect I might know what you'd say about PD, but talk about that a little bit, and then if you can springboard from that to using the examples from Learning for Leadership about how it could be even better, good for you. But do some reading, please. Again, in Heart of Coaching, I'd ask you to read the whole first half of the book, but in, let's see, is this chapter 1 or 2? Take a look at the transformational coaching model. I pointed it out to you in our face-to-face session, but please take a look at that in chapter 3 and make sure that you do understand it and understand how you would build from the foundational phase to providing feedback for a mentee and an action forward phase of helping to define some action plan. And again, I'm going to decide how to do this soon, but think about someone that you could mentor. In Learning for Leadership, Chapter 2 is diving deeper into the ways of knowing and to the pillar practices. That is teaming, collegial inquiry, providing leadership roles, and mentoring. And thinking about how those could be more effective in your district or your school. And then again, reflect and respond here. There is a discussion board post asking you to respond to Chapter 2. I'm pulling all of the questions for Learning for Leadership from the end of the book, and as Diane has pointed out, if those don't apply to you, if you're not based in a school right now, pick one of the other questions and reflect on the text and tell how you can apply some of this learning. That's the big idea there. So the text readings this week are Heart of Coaching and Learning for Leadership, and a response there to Learning for Leadership. But what I really want you to continue to do in week 2 is to think about a couple of these assignments that are coming up. The Authentic Leadership Value Statement is going to be coming up in week 3, where I'll ask you to submit it to me for some feedback in Blackboard Black. Is that right? No, it's right here. Complete your value statement, please, and load that in the discussion board for others to respond to, please. And then also, I hope that you're working on your SAP, the Systems Analysis Plan. Some of us defined a direction and a way to go there, but I think that some of you are still kind of floundering around at the end of the session on Sunday and maybe didn't have a clear direction. Because this is a C&I curricular focused class, if you want to focus on improving some aspect of the curriculum or instructional delivery in your district as part of the SAP, if you need a needs assessment, there are examples here, and there's a lot of resources here. There's a PowerPoint on needs assessments. A PowerPoint on needs assessments that does have some helpful stuff in it. There's way too much, really. And I hope by 7:10 you're very well versed in needs assessments and can do that with or without my help. This is a cool a little CNA kind of comprehensive needs assessment approach from DPI. If you've not seen it, there's a resource for you, and there's another PDF on needs assessment. So again, if you need to have a little bit of a primer on needs assessments, it's all here. But define your need, please, and then get started on part A, which is the description of the need, the difference and the gap between best practice and what's currently your current state, or what is the need in your SAP needs assessment. And again, if you're floundering and don't really know where you're going with that thing, then please write to me. I got myself confused. The authentic leadership value statement is due here. And next week, in week 3, I'm going to ask you to post an outline or some thoughts about your SAP. So the draft SAP is coming up. Belief statement will be next week. Keep writing and reading on those authentic leadership stuff. But in week 2, you should be writing your value statement and thinking about your SAP and drafting an SAP. Next week, SAP A, I will ask you to load that for some feedback from your friends. And then in week 4, SAP A is due to me. So read, write, respond to the dialogue post, work on your value statement, but also I hope that you're finding time in this busy school closing time to work on your SAP Part A, the needs assessment. Okay? Write to me if you have any questions. Have a great week. I hope that you have had a wonderful 3-day Memorial Day weekend and spent some time with family or friends. Have a well-deserved break for Memorial Day, then back to closing up school. Thanks. Have a great week.